I'm here with JJ Adams to talk about the Whitecaps. JJ, very simple question. Are the Whitecaps in more trouble on or off the pitch?
I think it's very clear that what is going on with the team on the pitch is nowhere near as bad as what is going on off the pitch. On the pitch,
Even though there's pretty bad on the pitch.
even though they have one win in 8 games, it's worse off the pitch. On like the performance on the field, despite their record, is actually it's pretty good. You see the flashes of what they could believe. You see the potential. They beat LAFC, the team that was scoring goals on anybody, and they shut them down, held them to 0 goals, held them to a shutout, and they did the same thing with Seattle, who came in here also with an offense that was rolling, and they shut them both down, and they got 4 points out of those 2 games, which is very impressive considering their opposition. However, what is going on off the pitch is so incredibly it is just overshadowing anything that is going on with this team. If you Google Vancouver Whitecaps right now, you don't get anything that's going on with the performance on the field. All you get is all these allegations of abuse, hiring racist coaches, the fact that the team and the Canadian Soccer Association have said nothing. As my co-host on Fine Lines on Sportsnet 650 every Monday night at 9. Plugging it, yeah. As he said, the Whitecaps have been hiding, and the CSA have been hiding behind these corporate statements that are a lot of words but don't really say anything. They don't address the issues that have been brought up by Kieran McCormack and the rest of the U20 team, the U20 Canadian team, and the women's Whitecaps team from 2008. They have not really addressed any of those issues, and they remain silent. It's baffling to me how they can remain completely silent. Almost.
Yeah, this story is not going away, which is what I think that they were after, hoping that it wouldn't impact them. And the reason we bring it up is there is slated to be another fan protest at the game on Saturday, and it's pretty clear this has gone beyond a couple of stories that people get upset about. We know it's got international attention. But really, here where the spotlight is the hottest, the fans aren't happy, and I think that's what has to happen for anything to come out of this is that to get the action that the story deserves. And there's a lot, frankly, that can't be reported that you and I know, and unfortunately, because of legalities and still we have to respect the process, there still might be more to come out on these stories. I almost chuckled there, even though it's a very serious issue. You talked about if you Google Vancouver Whitecaps. If you Google the latest one this week, if you Googled the coach before you hired him, you would have found out that this was a guy you should have stayed away from. And I get, JJ, I get that, Jay DeMeritt stood up for this guy. They talk about him being exemplary. There's an issue that I cannot get over. What we're referring to is this youth coach that works in their Kootenay Academy.
Brent Adams, relation.
Yeah, really?
No relation. No.
If you understand the history, both going back a couple of decades and even currently in Europe, throwing a banana at a player of color is such an exceptionally insulting thing to do. Now, even though it would be horrific to, say, drop the N-word in anger at an opposing player, that would be completely unacceptable too. You give a banana to one of the kids you're coaching. That's what I can't get over.
But he wrote something on it too.
He wrote F off on it.
F off and eat it. Yeah.
And this is a kid that is under your tutelage that you're supposed to make better. Yeah. How can you say you're an innovative coach? How can you say you deserve a second chance? Where is he? Is he doing anything with Kick It Out, the anti-racism program? Has he done anything to show any contrition? Has he done anything to publicly bring this issue to light and say, I was wrong and this is where I'm working on it? No, it's more silence from this organization.
Yes, more silence, and the silence is damning. And especially when you have the team saying, oh, we didn't know about these allegations. Well, from what I understand, they were actually made aware of them when they announced it, but because there were no formal police charges, they didn't act on it back then, which I'm baffled by that. I'm baffled. I mean, the investigation in England went on until 2015, at which point the FA fined and suspended the coach. They had a chance then to take action, and they didn't. Again, baffling decisions, and they continue to basically just bury their heads in the sand. And I don't understand how this strategy works. It doesn't work. It's making everything worse. It's like there's a grease fire on their stove and they threw a bucket of water on it and now their kitchen's on fire. That's exactly what they've done. It's not working. It's time for them to take some accountability, take some action. I understand that they are going to meet with the Southsiders before tomorrow's game, including a member of ownership, which, we'll see what comes out of that meeting. Hopefully some proactive steps, but I mean, to this point, this has just been a case study in how not to handle things. Just don't do what the Whitecaps did. If you're a team, a corporation, don't do it. Don't follow this model.
And it's not going away. I'm glad they're meeting with the Southsiders. This story needs to move forward. And I know the Southsiders are very sensitive to this because they're all about, so we still support the players on the field, but it's overshadowing the season. I don't know how they spin out of this. Well, I kind of do, but I don't know that everyone will be satisfied at the end of it. But the story's not going away. As we said, there's more pieces to this that we know of that I think will come to light in the next few weeks. So if you're a Whitecaps fan, hang in there. I think you're going to get resolution on it. JJ will keep covering it. And in the meantime, try and enjoy the game.